really pleased to present Arwen, and she's going to share with you the Wednesdays she spent arranging flowers at Watanabe. Begin.
Hi, my name is Arwen Oyoka. I'm a junior, and my mentorship site was Watanabe Floral, where I worked as the intern. I'd like to start off with a little conversation I had with my homeroom teacher, Mr. Tako Rante, last week during a mentorship expo prep period. He asked me, how did you feel about working at Watanabe Floral, and why? And I said, I enjoyed it. I liked it because I liked working with flowers. Why flowers? Why do you like to work with flowers? After a pause, I responded with, because flowers are happy, and they make me happy. We're not just in the flowers business, we're in the feelings business. My mentor, Monty Pereira, told me this at my interview, and it has stuck with me ever since. Over the course of my internship, it really made me realize the amount of power that flowers really have. Flowers have the power to change your day, to turn it around entirely. They can say so much by just being there, like, I love you, or I hope you feel better, or congratulations. When you receive flowers, it lets you know that someone is thinking about you, and it reminds you that they care about you. I'm sure you remember the last time you received flowers, whether it be 2 weeks, 3 months, or 5 years ago. And I'm sure you remember looking at the arrangement and thinking, how did they do that? I would never be able to do that myself. And this is exactly what interested me the most. How did they do that? How could you possibly take a dozen carnations and turn it into a dog? How could you turn 10 stems of yellow pom-poms into a round smiley face? And how in the world does one turn a bunch of roses into a bouquet or corsage? It was the transformation of flowers as they passed through Watanabe Floral stores that fascinated me the most. Like my internship, a flower at Watanabe begins in the distribution department. Here, flowers arrive tightly packed in boxes from all over the world. They are unpacked and fluffed until they don't resemble pressed flowers. From here, flowers are distributed through Watanabe Floral, either as bunches in the wholesale cooler on the sales floor, or to the design center. In Design Center, flowers go through, in my opinion, the most amazing transformation ever. It is in the Design Center that flowers turn into the most beautiful arrangements. The ones that are so powerful that they can turn almost any bad day into a good one. From the Design Center, floral arrangements go either to delivery, where they are hand-delivered, or to the arrangement cooler on the sales floor, where they are purchased by retail customers. As I mentioned before, my official position at Watanabe Floral was the intern. As the intern, I spent every month in a different department so as to get as much exposure to every aspect of the company as possible. In distribution, I filled orders for sales and design center, so I wrapped the bunches of flowers straight from the delivery to be sent all over the company. In sales, I learned how to use the cashier system so that I could ring up customers. In December, I spent the entire month watering poinsettias. So now if you ask me, I hate poinsettias because of that. I hate, I've seen so much of them. I had to water them, so sometimes they'd break on me and the sap would get all over my arms. It was gross. I also make sure that the floor is clean, We have to keep a good image of the company, so we want our sales floor to be nice and neat. I also help customers, so I would direct them, if they ask me, oh, where are the rose petals? You tell them it's in the wholesale cooler in the back on the wall. And if it's a slow day, we get to help other departments out, so on slow days, I got to go and work in distribution again, which is one of my favorites. In delivery, we would gather orders from the delivery cooler to be delivered. And I went on delivery runs with the drivers, so I actually got to hand, flowers to people, and their faces, you don't forget that. Funny story, actually, my first day in delivery, I went in the cooler and I shut the door because they tell us to close the door to save energy, and I got stuck in there. So I kind of panicked, and it was really cold, but eventually I figured out how to open the door. In the lathe department, you tie the lathes, you box the lathes, you tag the boxes, you pack them for shipping, or you fill the lathe cooler on the sales floor, which is where I got this. And you fold these boxes, and that was my favorite part of the department because we got to fold these and stack them in forts. In Design Center, you make arrangements. It's my favorite part. So during my time in the Design Center, I learned how to make the Adogable over there, and I learned how to make the happy face, and I learned how to make the bud base, and I learned how to green arrangements like this. So you put the greenery in to cover the oasis foam inside of it. My least favorite part was making the ribbons. They have to make a certain size. You have to make it so that it looks nice. And, watanabe is only the best, so you have to try your best. And that was really tedious to me. You also had to fill orders for delivery, so that means transferring finished arrangements from the design cooler to the delivery cooler, and in that process you have to make sure you tear off the price tag, you print out a card from the order, so you follow a yellow sheet like this, and it'll have a scan, so you have to scan it to tell the system that you took the arrangement out and it's going to delivery. You print out the arrangement card, and it'll have usually a message to the recipient from the person who bought the flowers. And it'll tell you if you have to attach a balloon, or it'll tell you if you attach chocolates or a stuffed animal. Yeah. So as you know, the goal of mentorship at Assets High School is to help students figure out what they want to do after graduating. So how did interning at Watanabe Floral help me decide what I want to do with my future? Well, like I said before, I like working with flowers because they are happy, and consequently, they make me happy. Similarly, my personal long-term goal is to walk into work, whatever that may be, every day with a smile, like I did during my internship at Watanabe, and to enjoy my work every day. It is through this goal and my enjoyment in working with flowers that made me realize that I wanted to be a wedding planner. Watanabe Floral helped to prepare me for a career as a wedding planner by exposing me to one of the most important aspects in a wedding, flowers. My internship taught me so much, and I'm confident that I will take with me the things I have learned at Watanabe to many places in my future. Are there any questions?
So how do you get flowers to last?